Welcome back. So this time we are looking at the analysis of risk, or in risk analysis. It's LO2. You have to know again the learning objectives. We need to understand the human behavior towards risk under this. Analysis of various options, the data collection methods, evaluation of the methods, that is the advantages and disadvantages. So now, let's move on. As you all know, risk is an unpleasant event, or all of us, we don't want risk. Loss of a person, an employee, loss of money, there are types of risks that we face in an organization. So what are the human relations to this risk? Right. Now, there are three behaviors which we normally, as rational human beings, normal ones, we follow this. But there are three categories of human behavior. There are what we call risk-averse people. Those who are interested in high return at low risk. They want to gain at no risk. They are what we call risk neutral. Sometimes they like where there is risk, they don't like tomorrow, so they are undecided. Risk neutral. Then risk loving. There are people who don't care whether there is high risk in every, as long as there is high return, they don't care about the amount of risk. So we call them risk loving. So those are the behaviors which we find in an individuals. So risk averse, are you risk neutral? Are you risk loving? Normally they say high risk, high return. Then factors influencing group aptitudes. When people are working as a group, they come from different backgrounds, they behave in a different way. So those things, if they are working towards risk management, they affect them. So culture, it determines how you approach risk when you're operating in a group settings. Culture shapes how you approach the risk management. Then social values. Social values, when we were brought up, some were brought up and we encouraged that everything, there is no risk, there is nothing without risk. Then you end up being a risk-loving person. Some, you learned that you should be risk-averse. So those we are shaped when you are still young. The family background, how do people approach risk at your home? The faith is something which can help you also in dealing with risk in a group setting. Then personality. Are you aggressive person? Are you a polite person? Obviously, an aggressive person, we expect them to be risk-loving. Polite people, then we expect them to be risk-averse, or sometimes neutral. Then what are your ambitions as an individual? So these things, they affect group attitudes when we are operating in a group. Then decision making. Like I said, risk management is just management like other management. So decision making, we are looking at the collection of data, the analysis, then the selection of the best alternative. But what are the methods of collecting data? We have quantitative methods, qualitative methods. Quantitative, they use figures. Qualitative, they use characteristics. So those are the two methods of measuring. Now let's look at the qualitative. Like I said, there are no figures in qualitative methods. So we have 5 main: observation. If you are a manager, you can observe the behavior of your employees at work, and you'll be able to understand them, their risk tolerance, how they behave, all those things you can get them through. So observation is a way of collecting data. Then in meetings, you ask for ideas. Normally we get ideas in meetings because we don't think in the same way, but all the pieces of thinking, they will contribute towards a good decision. Then focus groups. We can create a group with specific questions to answer in solving a problem. Those are focus, they have purpose. Then one-on-one interviews. If you want to gain more information, deep information about a certain event, about a certain risk, you can do a one-on-one interview. Then expert consultations. There are some people who have been in the field for a long time, so they can help also giving a wider perspective. Then quantitative methods, they attach numeric estimates to incidents. They also perform cost-benefit analysis. They do but their accuracy, it depends on the measurement scale. The main methods of quantitative, the important method in quantitative collection of data is the questionnaires. That's the main quantitative method of collecting data. So, but it falls short of the accuracy sometimes, and difficult to interpret. No, not everyone understands statistics, because when we're talking about quantitative, we're talking about statistics analysis. So, no, not everyone can use that. So, what are the advantages now of qualitative methods? Like I said, they don't attach figures, but they support faster decision making. You can just ask someone rather than data collection, you process it, you do the output, then you do decision. For asking, you know what is the cause, then you are told. So it supports decision making, then it's easy and cheap. But however, no values are estimated there, then it doesn't support cost and benefit analysis. Then the questions, you should be able to evaluate the attitudes towards risk. You should be able to evaluate the methods of analyzing risk. So to evaluate is to look at the pros and cons, then you make your position.